You're listening to Needless to Say, another disgraceful member of the Damaged Goods Podcast Network. Check out us and other great shows at damagedgoodsinc.com. My grandfather always said, never judge a man till you walked a mile in his shoes. Or in this case, laid a week on his couch. My vacation is coming to an end, and let me tell you, this not working thing, Mike, you might have something. I've ignored phone calls, drank, and just relaxed, and the most strenuous thing I did was prepare for my 3rd of July party. But it's ending, and I'm sure Monday morning I'll leave kicking and screaming and bitch the entire day because a week is not enough. You spend 1/3 of your life working and 1/3 sleeping, and then the other third is broken up into other things like running errands, yard work, and maybe some fun thrown in there if you're lucky. You will spend more time at work than you will with family or friends. How in the fuck does that work out? Yeah, you may be with them longer, but most of that time, you're fucking sleeping. We all know you have to work. But for what? A bigger house? And then to have to fill that bigger house with shit? A nice car for what? To look cool? Or to say, hey, look at my nice car? It's all a big game. I don't think life should be spent breaking your back just to have more or better stuff than the next person. I know work has to be done and society would crumble if we all just sat around all day, but does it need to be taking up such a huge portion of our lives? I think the 4-day work week would be a fantastic idea, and I'll bet it would cause people to be more productive. I mean, 4 days on and 3 days off, you're still spending most of your week at work, but you also get a little more time to do the things that are way more fucking important than work. But I'll just head back to my bullshit job dealing with bullshit customers and their bullshit questions till I wind up wanting to hang myself from a bathroom doorknob. I mean, shit, if doing what you love for unfathomable amounts of money is depressing, why am I supposed to be happy doing something I hate? You know what? Fuck shitty jobs, fuck vacations that go by too fast, and fuck everything else that makes us have to go through this bullshit just to stay afloat. But you know what? In all honesty, I enjoyed this week off, and as the old saying goes, time flies when you're having fun. And spending the 4th of July week hanging out with family and friends was a lot of fun, but counting down the days to go back to my shitty job wasn't. And with that said, enjoy the rest of your summers, everybody. And Maestro, get off your lazy ass and hit that music.
All right, welcome back to Needless to Say. I'm here with Zeppo and Shemp. Seriously, why the fuck do we name each other? Anybody who's subscribed to the show by now knows who the fuck we are.
Yeah, but there's other people listening. Got to be polite.
Well,
Introduce
believe me,
yourself.
If they're looking at the picture that we've currently got posted, nobody wants to know. Nobody wants to know our names. But that's it. So, welcome back, gentlemen. How was our week? Let's dive right in. There's not much to talk about.
No, there isn't. I mean,
that was a hell of an intro.
Yeah.
Well, I'm sorry your vacation ended, but you know what? Part of this is on you, Craig. Every time Craig texted me this week, I'm over at Manny's working, laying floor.
Yeah.
Yep. And I'm like, well, you really don't know how to vacation at all. Yeah. You were so excited to not lay flooring for a week. Yeah. So how do you do it? You go to Manny's and you lay flooring.
Yeah. He needed his kitchen done before the party. He's having a party for his niece this weekend, and he was trying to finish his kitchen, so I felt bad, so I went over there and did it.
Did we get invited to that party?
Yes, we did.
Oh, shit.
I'm not going, but...
You did.
I did it.
I should go. I've set it up.
Yeah, no shit.
What the fuck? Went there today, brought his grill there, did all kinds of shit.
Oh, it'd be great, though, if you just said, okay, Craig, thank you for everything. I'll make you a plate.
Yeah.
I didn't get an invite. I'm just throwing that out there.
Yeah.
He didn't invite me.
But it was still a good... It was a good vacation.
What'd you do?
It was 4th of July. I really did nothing.
Besides lay floor.
You know, I've just kind of hung out, and I did prep for my party, because I have the party on the 3rd. We talked about that last week, and I prepped for that, and we had the party.
Hey, first First one of the
Yeah.
day, man. Awesome party, brother.
Were you
Cheers
happy?
to that.
You guys had a good
Cheers to
time?
that.
Good.
I had a
good.
blast. I mean, I
man.
got out of work late because my company don't give a shit.
No, they didn't.
They
care.
don't care about your party.
No, they didn't.
I tried explaining it.
Yeah.
I tried explaining it in earnest.
I'll call them next year.
I tried explaining that this is where things are going to happen. Like, this is where Craig's going to see a spider and run like a bitch to the other side of the yard. This is where Craig's really tall dog is going to eat or lick most of the food.
Yeah, pretty much. Yep.
This is where Mike is going to challenge gravity and lose.
Yeah. Yep.
And
Pretty much all
fortunately,
those things.
I missed the first two.
Yeah,
But
you
I
were
was there for the third.
one, man.
Yeah.
I was right in the impact zone.
Oh yeah.
Oh, what the
What happened?
fuck, man?
Talk into the mic
It
like
was
you
all,
wanted
I
people
mean,
to hear.
all
it.
of a sudden, I freaking opened my eyes and it was like Bigfoot's feet were in my way, and I fucking tripped over them. And the next thing I remember, I was on the deck with beer
Fucking,
all
you
over
belly
me.
flopped onto my deck. It was like
was
Bill
so
Cosby made you a drink. You fucking went right down. You went right down,
was like-
and then just stayed there. It's like,
Straight up like a freaking full-grown birch.
I'd say that registered a 4 on the Weinstein scale.
I was a testament to the integrity of my deck, though,
No shit.
because I assumed you would have blew through it like
No,
a fucking
that shit
cartoon
was-
outline.
that shit was built. That shit was built back in the day, man. That's
Yeah.
some strong stuff.
Honestly, I watched you get up from that. It looked like you had just dated Chris Brown.
Oh, I felt beat up.
Oh
when I
yeah,
got
you
up
were
from that.
fucking. That was funny
Honestly,
as hell.
it was harder getting up than it was going down. Trust me,
Yeah.
man.
And it was funny how it was sudden silence, then laughter, and then me kicking you, telling you to get up.
Oh yeah, and everybody like, what the fuck you doing?
Everybody's just
Come on,
like
jackass.
slapping them and get
Hey,
up.
dummy, get up.
Your deck looked like somebody having a heart attack in New York City.
Yeah, everybody just
Everybody just stops and stares. A few
dissipates.
people had their phones out. The one thing I didn't see, including from your wife, who's right upstairs, nobody rushed to your side.
Hell no. She was kidding me. She was sitting at Craig's bar. She would never give up that seat for me, for me kissing the ground. No way. There's no fucking way.
She kind of just shrugged her shoulders and looked right at me,
I even
too. I
asked
was at
her.
the bottom of the steps, and she looked at me like,
Yeah. I even asked her, I'm like, the next day, I'm like, babe, you didn't even see if I was okay. She's like, I looked over there. You looked all right. You were fine.
You were
I'm like,
fine.
fucking son of a...
you were choking on your tongue.
Yeah, you thought you were out for me. Your head bounced pretty good.
I don't know. Somebody's fucking man feet got in my way. And when I say man feet, I'm obviously not talking about a man.
Yeah,
Right? And that's all I got to say.
Those clod hoppers were straining
man.
across,
Jesus
you know,
Christ.
strung across the deck.
The
Like,
question is, did it get shot out on purpose?
yep, that's a possibility
Probably.
too.
But I mean, you
know, if it
defied
was me, it
physics.
would have been-
It was
I would've
like
did it.
God stuck a tightrope and just
I'll tell you
lariated
what,
your
on
ankles.
the way down.
Yeah, he
on
went
the
down
way
so
down.
fast.
On the way down, I actually thought about like doing a backflip and a freaking cartwheel and shit, and then but I said nah.
You were like,
my
that's more
friends
than I've
will-
done in the last
My
7
friends
years.
is like this better. Boom. no.
Okay, I know we don't have too many listeners right now, but by a show of hands, how many people want to see Mike try a cartwheel?
Me.
Yep, there we go.
Just for the record, I'm raising my hand too.
If you actually listen, the internet's breaking right now from all the hands flying up. I'd really like to see you
There's
do
a
it.
sudden breeze across this heat wave.
Tell you what, man, you guys.
It's going to change weather pattern. You're going to
Put
get
it up on the
nuclear
website.
winter.
Put it up on the website. We get 50 people liking it. I'll fucking do it.
I'll put
and
it up
film
on the
it.
Facebook page. Let's not make it that easy.
All right.
Okay. What? Wait, did you say 50?
Yeah.
I thought you said 15. Oh, all right.
50.
50 likes?
Yeah.
And you do a video of a cartwheel?
Definitely.
Okay,
Really?
Wearing a tank top.
No.
All right, I'll take what I can get.
I want to be able to see while I'm
I'll
doing
do
this.
that. I'll set up a survey right now, and I'll say 50 likes on that post.
Needless to say, shirt on.
Yeah.
Okay, that's fair. That's fair. All right, so that was it. But Craig, we talk about this party. We talk about it like everybody knows what the hell's going on.
Yeah.
Clearly, they don't. Why don't you give us a little background on your July 3rd party, why it's better than the 4th, and why more people should be there?
Yeah. Well, it started. I bought the house 16 years ago. I've been in the house for 16 years. That first year, I said, you know what? I'm going to have a 4th of July party. And then I was like, well, fuck, I'm already having a 4th of July party. I'm going to have a 3rd of July party. You know? So I was like, and it'll just carry over. I said, people, because I was like, you know, we'll party that on the 3rd. I said, people can crash. They can bring tents. They can set tents up in the yard. You know, so nobody has to drive. Get up in the morning. I'll make breakfast. You know, the whole 9 yards. I said, and then we'll go right into the 4th of July cookout party from there. And
But
the first year, it was a mighty success.
What year was that, though? You've been doing this a while.
It was 16 years ago,
That was a while ago.
I can't do math. No,
But how you
no.
originally did
So-
it was the 3rd of July was for all the crazy folk.
Yeah,
And
it was
the 4th of July
The
was
4th
for-
of July was family
Yeah,
and stuff like that.
yeah,
We're
that's
coming
how it
over.
started,
You know,
anyway.
and I don't do that anymore.
Fuck the family.
Because he realized they're all crazy.
Well, it's like I
Doesn't
gotta
matter.
clean up all this puke before everybody gets here. You know,
See just a fire hose.
Wake up drunk.
you know,
people,
yeah, as
pick
people
them
all,
up,
everybody
get 'em up.
looks like they just got hit by a car. You know, sitting around my
Dumping
deck,
water
my
buckets
family
on
showing
people.
up.
You hose Manny like it's a video from Alabama in the 50s.
Yeah. So, and that's like one time, that's the thing too, is like we've talked about this before. Manny, you can watch that kid drink all day, and like, does this kid ever get drunk? Because he totally looks sober the whole time. You know what I mean? Only once in a while you'll see him pretty, you know, with a pretty good buzz. And I watched him fall across my house. Oh,
man.
like slide down the side of my house. And
trying to hold
stagger
on
up.
to anything
He was trying
on
to
his
hold
way
on to
down.
just anything and just fall, tumble, roll. And then he's like, I'm going in the tent. And he went in the tent. And I'll never forget, he didn't climb all the way in. And he left his legs sticking out. And that's how he woke up in the morning. And his legs looked like he had, like, it was insane. The amount of fucking mosquito
Yeah.
bites on this kid's legs. I
Probably-
was surprised he didn't die of
Probably
blood
all kinds
loss.
of piss on his legs.
Yeah,
too,
there was
man.
probably some of that.
It was going.
You know?
Every bug in the neighborhood heard there was an open bar,
Yeah, yeah.
and it was Manny's calves.
It was so bad. I felt so bad for him. But I mean, but it just started, and the 3rd was just a straight up party. You know what I mean? And
Keg after keg
Yeah.
after keg.
I would get up in the morning on the 4th and make breakfast. You know, I make
Red, white, and
pancake.
blue.
Yeah, I make blueberry pancakes with whipped cream and strawberries, and you know, red, white, and blue pancakes. Did this whole 9 yards. This was before. Too, when I could put my TV out on the porch without a cable line hooked up to it and watch the local channel, and they would broadcast the parade. So everybody would just sit on the deck, sit on my deck, watch the parade, and we'd start drinking.
Occasionally puking.
Yeah, occasionally
Watch the Air
throwing
Force
up.
fly over before it came on
Yeah.
TV. 'cause
That's
the
what woke
plane
me up
always
this
came
year.
from that way.
Because I was still asleep when
The C-130.
that thing hit over town. I'm like, there's
Yeah,
a
it's pretty
bus
low.
coming into my living room.
Yeah.
It's pretty low.
But so and then it went on, and then slowly, like I said, then it got to a point where I was like, the 4th, I don't have the energy. I'm getting, as I got older too, I was like, I can't handle 2 days in a row of this shit. Like, you know, it was expensive too.
So you told your family to go screw. We're not
Pretty
doing
much.
the 4th.
Yeah, yeah, pretty much.
I'm still going to have the bug bite and
Yeah.
drunken shit
Yeah,
fest.
they could come to that if they want. You know, but
You've had some family straggle in and out.
yeah,
But
yeah.
overall, no, this is basically for your friends and the people who are like-minded.
Yeah, and other my sister. You know, my sister usually shows up. My cousins are there.
I got in on the party this year, 5 years ago.
Yeah,
5 years it took you to invite. I've known you 7. So clearly I didn't qualify
Yeah.
to stumble into your house and pass out on your lawn. But hopefully I've earned my keep now.
oh yeah.
But no, it's a phenomenal time. I mean, I really look forward to this every year. But this year I'm mad I got there late.
Yep.
By your standards anyway. I had to work a full day this
Yeah,
job.
because I start early. Usually start at 3:00.
Well, because everybody in this state is off.
Yeah.
Not me.
Yep.
And so I worked and I got there and everybody was feeling pretty good. Manny was about half holding on to the house.
Yeah. Yeah.
I love that we just described Manny. Like, you can't tell if he's drunk. That just means he always looks drunk.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah.
Hope you're feeling better, Manny.
Yeah.
I watched you really take care of your heart these last few days.
Yeah. Right. Yeah.
So no, it's a phenomenal party, but I gotta say, I feel like we're getting older. You mentioned the whole getting older thing.
Yeah.
People are
And
starting
it kind
to
of showed this year.
grow the fuck up.
Yeah.
And that made me sad a little bit because I go there to not be an adult.
Yeah.
And yet I felt like one this year.
Well, there was still a big giant chalk dick in my driveway when I woke up in the morning.
And you know where that came from? Family.
Yeah, that was my family who did that. Yeah, they drew them on my stairs and in my driveway. A big
Blue,
giant
too.
chalk
I like
pecker.
that.
Yeah,
I'll tell you what, man. Your sister's a great artist.
yeah, little bitch.
Mike was out there saying, no, the veins are wrong.
She's like, I know, but it's a joke to my brother.
Yeah. Then you just sat on the porch salivating for an hour.
As she was bending over drawing it. But
Fuck
next.
you, kid.
Wow. Wow. Although, you know
kidding.
what? She deserves that joke. She drew a dick in your driveway.
Yeah, she does. Fuck
You're
her.
a grown man with a neighbor. Oh, and by the way, you live behind a church.
Yes, yeah, yes, I do.
People were looking for parking for mass.
Yeah,
And they're going to see it.
there was a mass in my driveway.
Yeah, literally a big pair of blue balls.
Yeah. But I mean, it was funny. Everybody kind of packed up. Well, I have my cousin was there with his fiance. She's pregnant. They're not going to stay all night, obviously, But they stuck around a lot longer than I
they
thought
hung
they
out.
would.
It was great to see
They
them.
were having a good time and they hung out. But then I expect it. They got to go. They got to
seeing
pack up and my other cousin, she just had a baby, a few months back, and she's got she went out to have a few drinks here and there with some people and then go home. Her husband, who's a great guy, said, "Go ahead, I'll stay home with the kids. Go, do your thing."
Screw that. I don't want
So
to see
she
those
let
clowns
she had to
again
cut
this
out.
year.
She had to cut out early, which understandable. She's not going to potty it up, get cocked, and So she came by. She had a couple of drinks, and then she had to go. And then everybody else hung out, but then people filed out fairly early. Well, the keg was pretty dead too.
I don't think that's what it was. Though. I think life's getting in the way a little bit.
But yeah, people are getting older.
So this
Start
is the
hitting
question.
that
now.
time.
What are we going to do next year? Because I can't hang out with a bunch of adults next year. I'm
I'm
not
gonna have
leaving
to
work early to hang out with a
I'm gonna
bunch
start
of
going around hanging out with young kids. I'm gonna go find a place where the young kids hang out and invite them over. Nah.
We got to start.
He's gonna be
You
the
should
creepy
take a
old
picture
guy.
of your driveway, like a drone aerial shot. Yeah. Giant
dongs.
dick, and then just put the ad on like Craigslist. Just be like looking for young people.
No, but I still had a blast though.
Oh, it was
You know what I
awesome,
mean?
man.
But it was
Great
funny
time.
because it worked out in a sense too that when I woke up on the 4th of July morning, I was pretty hammered, on the 3rd, When I woke up,
Not as
I was
beat and
fine.
everything as
I was like,
usual,
okay,
yeah.
I can do this again today,
Yeah,
And
we did.
And we did, yeah.
And we did. I mean, I slept late.
Yeah.
My company, at least they turned off for July 4th. Apparently, they don't care. But
Yeah.
that plane flying over, I cannot tell you how much I jumped out of my bed. I'm like, this is it. It's Armageddon.
Yeah. Yeah.
Goddamn Trump.
That fucking thing was low.
I mean, we're already in a flight path. If you watch, like, the other side of the bay is TF Green, but
Yeah.
we're in that spot where planes take off. And if you know anything about air accidents,
Yeah.
it's usually within the first minute
Yep.
that planes
Landing or taking
explode.
Yeah.
And I hear that.
And you're thinking it's coming down in your yard.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
it's like Ted Stryker over Macho Grande. Yeah, you just hear,
Striker. Yeah. Oh yeah, all right.
well, we all have drinking problems.
Yep.
Yeah, we do.
But I mean,
Especially
it
at
was.
this table.
I still consider. I thought it was a successful party. I was glad that a lot of people that I didn't think were going to be able to make it because of adult stuff still showed up.
Yeah, me too. I was
You know what
figuring.
I mean?
I look
5,
forward to
6
next
people.
year when they secure babysitters.
Yeah.
I think next year you're going to get all the new parents who want to rage.
Yeah.
The novelty is gone.
Yeah.
They're going to rage hard.
Yep.
And then we'll get your sister. We'll keep her away from the chalk.
Yep.
We'll keep your dog away from the food.
Yeah, I'll do
Hear
my
that?
best.
He wants to rage hard with your sister, bro. Watch out, man.
Again, no.
4th of July.
I'll try to stop peeing on the virgin on a half shell.
Yeah.
It was the first time I felt guilty about it because she was looking back at me this time.
Yeah. Eyes follow you.
Well,
as you
that
walk
was
across
it.
the
It was
yard.
creepy, like in Poltergeist. Like the head turned,
Yeah.
and she was like, "You're back, my nemesis."
Yeah.
Yeah, but great party. I did not expect to have just as good a time the next day.
Yeah.
But for some reason, yes, me. I hate the fucking 4th of July.
Yep.
And I should say this. We can talk again later, but the parade, arguably the worst one I've seen yet on television. As much as I won't go to this fucking thing, I will watch it on TV just to mock all the people that are sitting out in the heat, putting lawn chairs out to secure space. Again, you watch on television, there's 1.5 rows of people.
Yep.
Nobody's fighting for space. And I always see my old landlord crossing the street to go to Dunkin' Donuts. How on earth is this a crowded parade, an in-demand thing? Stop lying, Bristol.
Yeah.
Stop
well,
lying.
like I said last year, like I said to you, it's gotten less and less over the years. You know, I said this last week. It's gotten less and less. When I was younger, it was a lot. It was packed.
It was ridiculous.
You know what I mean? But it started to slow down. And then this year, when I ever watched the parade, I was watching it on TV with my wife, and I'm like, this is fucking horrible. It was horrible.
Yeah, it was pretty bad.
It was a fucking horrible parade. When you, I don't mean to. I saw you had something to say. Hold it, just because I got
Holding it.
one
I'm
fucking
holding it.
thing to say that fucking got me so pissed off.
Awesome.
Was
Can I crack a drink in honor of this?
yeah, absolutely.
Hold on, then.
Last football season, a woman attended a New England Patriots football game, and someone stole her fucking wheelchair. Funny, right?
Because she's a Patriots fan.
You know,
Patriot pride.
So Bob Kraft, the owner of the New England Patriots, bought her a brand new wheelchair, right? Because he probably like dug in his couch cushions for some change.
Yeah.
Because the guy's a
Probably
fucking
just-
billionaire.
Probably just grabbed one
The
out
guy
of
made
the
$4.2 billion in the amount of time it took you to say that.
Yeah.
I'm so glad he shelled out $179.99 for a fucking bottom barrel wheelchair, but
Yeah.
whatever.
But
Tom Brady rules.
when I saw the fact that she was in the parade, they literally marched her. Well, she didn't march. They rolled her in the parade.
Obviously.
They rolled her down the street. She was like a float, like a tiny one. You know?
Did they cover in paper mache?
I wish they did. It would have made more sense. Because that's how they announced her.
They wrap her in paper mache, and
Yeah.
then she claws her way out of it. I'm here.
But I'm like, so
what Bob Kraft
this is
did.
your attraction now to the 4th of July parade. The woman who had her wheelchair stolen and Bob Kraft bought her a new one. She deserves a slot in one of the divisions in this parade.
That's how bad it's
This,
getting. dude.
and remember what Manny said. Pride.
Right? Pride. Yep.
Heritage.
You know,
Tradition. My favorite float of the year was when they took one of those $29.99 Intex inflatable pools,
Yeah.
put it on the back of a fucking farm truck, put a bunch of kids in it, and there was a big ad on the side for a swim school.
Yep.
And then
Yeah.
one of the kids that was swimming in this makeshift vinyl pool. Because that's where they're going to teach your kids to swim. Arguably the worst advertising I've ever
Yeah,
seen.
right.
But the kid from the swim school took a super soaker and shot the cameraman.
Oh, yeah.
And the cameraman immediately jerks his camera away, and he's like all pissed because they cut away to the faraway camera, and that one guy's just walking up the street
No
all
way.
mad at this
Mad,
little
yeah.
shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know what? You bring your kids there, learn to drown.
So it started to, that just made me so
Go buy
fucking
myself a
mad
pool.
that now
I got a new job opportunity. Thanks,
That
Brad.
now my favorite memory of the 4th of July parade is when the Clydesdale freaked out and ran into the crowd. Now that's become my favorite memory of the parade. You know, at least there was some excitement. You know, because the woman in the wheelchair just pissed me. The fact I'm not trying to make fun of her, but you know what? Fuck her. Because when they called her and said, "Do you want to be in the parade?" She was like, "Oh, absolutely." I would have been like, if it was me, I would have been like, why?
Why do you want to wheel
why
me
do
in
you
front of
want-
people?
Yes.
What on earth is your point here?
Yeah. What is going on? Why do you want me in this parade?
I tell you
Like,
what, if Bob Kraft was there wheeling her down in 100-degree heat, wearing one of his fucking suits.
I could see that being a thing where, hey, Bob Kraft's here at the parade. He's with the woman he purchased a wheelchair for. You know what I mean? He's wearing, some Patriots cheerleaders behind him doing a cheer or something like that. That I could see.
He's a fucking billionaire. He should
You
be
know?
buying 1,000 wheelchairs a day for people that need them.
Yeah.
Okay, him buying a fucking wheelchair for somebody, that's pocket change.
Yeah.
For him. This is not headline news.
That thing should have fucking spinning wheels on it and shit. You know?
That should have been Aaron Hernandez's getaway vehicle.
Yeah.
That's how great that fucking thing should have been. But fuck that guy.
Yeah.
Fuck billionaires who are looking
That's
for...
next year. They're going to have the fucking rope
Nice.
that he hung himself with.
They should.
in the
They should put
closet.
a rope on a semi and say, this is a dedication to all we've lost this year.
Yeah, right.
Fuck these guys.
I mean, you know, I get like, you know, the cool things like the veterans and stuff like that. That's awesome. You know what I mean? But the woman in the wheelchair who had a wheelchair,
Well, she is a Patriots fan. I'm sure that's a Patriot.
Fuck
You know,
them too. Fuck the New England
I
Patriots.
wish Tom Brady showed up wearing like a first stole and Ugg boots.
Yeah,
Exactly. Just came
And a fucking
prancing down Hope Street.
And Clydesdale just fucking trampled them. In the fucking side.
That would be the best part. Just as they're rounding the final turn and they're coming up to the end of the parade,
Yeah.
just
Little
like
fire
some
trucks.
4-year-old comes and tackles him the ankle, and you hear
Yeah,
and then
Tom
down
Brady
he
will be
goes,
out.
and then
down he goes.
Yeah. Whacks his head on the fucking Gronk bus bumper that they had parked down there. They had the Gronk bus parked down there, and they're like, oh well, he's not here, just the bus.
Yeah, that's good.
Oh, that's cool, awesome.
We've got your
A
vehicle.
bus. There's a bus here.
I mean, I would have loved it also if that woman in the wheelchair, 4 Philly fans hijacked her on the way in. Eagles forever, and then just rolled her all the way to Cranston.
Flipped her over and lit her on fire.
fucking duct tape a bunch of fireworks to her fucking chins and
Shoving
rolled her out.
cheesesteaks in her mouth.
Phillies win. Flip the fucking wheelchair over.
Fucking Eagles, man. We had a good joke going. You fucking pissed on
I'm
that.
sorry. I'm sorry. I did.
That's not even a person's name. How did you screw that up?
I don't know.
I do think that it was great that they brought in more bands from Minnesota. Why is that the only state they get bands from?
Right? Yeah, I know.
Because it's
There was
cold
like
up
5
there
different
all the
high
time.
schools from Minnesota.
Yeah.
It's like the Southwest is offering a deal.
Yeah.
And they're just, you fly here, bring your tuba.
Bring it to.
Bring
Yeah,
your
come
tuba.
on in.
Wear
play.
some clothes that are inappropriate for 100-degree weather and march for 4 hours.
Yeah, and they're poaching water from people's yards. A friend of mine said thing. He came home from the parade, and there was a note on his front door, and it was from that band from Minnesota, and they ran out of water before the parade started because it's been hot as a bastard.
Yeah, for a week
And
before.
so they were out there. You think about it. That band was probably up at 6 in the parade field preparing to get out there. They drank all their water before the parade even fucking started.
Yeah.
So they went to his house and knocked on the door, but there was no one there. But his garden hose was out in the front yard, so they filled all their water bottles.
Oh, I would
Oh,
do
that's
that.
different.
Oh no!
I'm not knocking the kids for coming,
no,
but
no.
I feel bad that this is what we deliver.
Yeah.
Okay, they're promised that like this is the oldest continuous 4th of July parade in America,
Yeah.
and they think it's going to be second only to like Macy's Thanksgiving Day parade.
Yeah.
They think this is going to be an epic production. They don't realize what a fucking one-horse town this really is.
Yeah.
Okay, and I'm not knocking our town. I like living here. For all my joking and bitching,
No, of
I
course,
like living
yeah.
here. But for this month, I hate living here.
Yeah.
Because everybody turns into somebody else. Whether it's the politics, all of a sudden we all love the flag again, or the fakeness, or the fact that 100,000 tourists come in and watch cover bands play in front of the water. Honestly,
Yeah.
they do this all over the state.
Yeah.
It's funny that you say that but there's places all over the earth like that. I mean, fucking go to New Orleans during Mardi Gras. The people down
That's
there.
a fucking parade, though.
Yeah, I know.
'Cause I've been-
Mardi
I'm
Gras
saying-
and Disney World have better parades
Well,
every night than we prepare
I'm not-
for
I know,
all
but,
year long.
Yeah, but you
Yep.
think it's not just the parade; it's the 4th of July.
So
pretty
what?
much this. You know what I mean?
Well,
4th
yeah,
of July
it's like
would
going
happen
to
whether
Cancun during spring break. It's like, you know what I mean? If you're living in those spots,
But why is
obviously
this
you
parade such an attraction? All I saw was advertisements
'Cause it's
slapped
the
to the
oldest-
side of pickup trucks and a bunch of people standing on the back with a sign wearing the T-shirt of whatever company paid for it.
Yeah, right,
Those fucking
exactly.
Cardis, those Albanian
I know.
assholes,
They were
those
everywhere.
fucking idiots were there. And then there was also all of the other local businesses. I don't mind your
Were they
advertising,
there?
but when is the heritage come back to this? Okay,
Yeah.
I love the veterans, but I don't think marching them in 100-degree heat
No,
is
it's
probably
get-
the best
it's-
course of action either.
You're
No,
totally
yeah,
right.
yeah.
It's getting away from what it's really supposed to be about.
It's nothing but advertising. They
That's
cut
all
away
it is.
constantly, and then they keep saying 150,000 people were here.
Well,
Guess
you know what?
I see people on bicycles buying fucking inflatable Ninja Turtles on the side of the
Yeah.
street. Nothing screams America quite like an
that
inflatable
fucking-
Ninja
that-
Turtle.
Well, picture. But I mean, if they don't have hundreds of thousands of people there, then the coverage of the parade is going to go. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But
Where's I
but
mean,
my
nobody
thing
got
is-
run over this year. Last
Yeah.
year, somebody fell off the float and then fell in front of the wheels.
Yeah, the
because we didn't go there. We
that-
should have showed up there.
That would have
But,
been great. I would have loved to interview her on the spot.
Yeah.
Excuse me, miss, do you have a moment? Well, actually, you do. There's a car on top of you.
No, clean the sand off your face for a second, please.
But
What'd you say?
but my thing
You
is,
actually don't want this truck to move. It's holding all of your
I
insides.
think, I think, and don't get me wrong. I don't want to knock the 4th of July committee, because those people put a lot of
No,
work.
they work
do.
hard.
They work hard, and if for people that these are volunteers.
Well, you know.
You know what I mean? My mother-in-law did it for a long time.
Long
She doesn't
time.
anymore, but she did it, and they do. They work real hard, but what they've done, and I think this is to their fault, is they've over
raised
the years
expectations.
they've raised expectations, but not only that, they've extended the celebration to where weeks before there's bands, there's this event here, there's that event there, there's all these new events leading up
Yep.
to the parade, that there's no more money left for the fucking
Right.
parade.
They're spreading themselves thin.
Yeah.
Going up to the
They're
actual
losing
day.
things. I mean, shit. I remember when I was a kid, the Dukes of Hazzard were in the parade.
Fuck yeah, man!
No, I was a kid.
Bo Duke was
Bo
in the
Duke
parade
is there.
with the General Lee.
Yeah, and I'm like-
one of the 9,000
Yeah,
that
one of
they
the-
used.
and
but
I'm like,
still.
That's fucking Bo Duke.
I
I was
know.
fucking losing my shit.
It was huge, man. Back when we were
You know,
kids, there
yeah.
was all kinds of big
You know,
stars.
Marvin Hagler.
Yeah.
Seeing him there and shit. But
Stevie
but
Nicks playing at the park.
Stevie Nicks played at the park. He gave a free concert at
Right
the
down
park.
the
Someone
road
threw a
from the-
pineapple at her.
She never showed up again. Needless to say, I will not be attending your 4th of July celebration anymore.
So that was over.
Somebody did throw a pineapple.
Somebody
at
threw a
her. That's
pineapple at her like a dick. You
No,
know?
nobody ever told me that story. I had to step away for a moment.
Yeah.
I had no idea Stevie Nicks and Marvin Hagler were here.
Yeah.
Yeah, Stevie
Okay,
Nicks
that's a
played.
float I would have looked at.
No,
that's-
Stevie Nicks played a
She
concert
played
at Cool State
in
Park.
Colt Park. She did a concert
Right-
right,
right
before.
on the water.
What
Yeah.
did we get this year? The third best Jimmy Buffett
Yeah.
cover band in the greater
Yeah.
Bristol
Terrible.
area.
But that's what I mean. They've spread out so thin that there's
what it
nothing
is.
left in the budget for these bigger events that they used to do.
Well, maybe we don't fly bands out from fucking Minnesota. Maybe we don't pay for that.
You know what we
maybe,
need?
just maybe, we just keep it local and let Rhode Island bands come in. This is
Yeah.
a Rhode Island
Rhode
event.
Island
That's
show.
a
And
good
then
fucking
Plenty
idea.
of high schools around here. I didn't
You
see
know-
Barrington High School. I didn't see fucking
Yeah.
Portsmouth. Why not put those guys in the parade? And if they were there, I'm sorry, I paid attention for about 4
yeah,
minutes.
yeah, exactly.
But, at the end of the day, and I haven't said that in 9 episodes,
haven't.
but at the end of the fucking day,
yeah,
they should have made this more local. Okay, they've done a good job with the local bands, but they should have capped it off with a patriotic set from some
Something.
B-list artist
Yeah.
or somebody on the way down. Like a
Yeah.
Stevie Nicks now would have been better.
Would have been
than
better than
watching a third-rate
Lita
Billy
Ford.
Joel cover
Yeah.
band. I would have loved a little
would
bit
be
of metal.
awesome, man.
You know?
A little bit of
Metal.
Lita Ford would have gone a
but
long
that-
way.
But that's what I mean.
Come on.
Like they had when I was a kid. I mean, shit. Like I said, Bo Duke. You know what I mean?
Sitting
As a
on the
kid.
General
and that
Lee
was at the
going by.
prime when I was like 12.
It was like
I'm this is
81.
fucking
Wait, who's
80,
the rapist?
you know?
Luke?
Huh?
Luke's the rapist, right?
There's rapists
Yeah,
on
yeah,
that
yeah.
show.
He was,
So-
but he was local. We could have got him cheap.
Yeah, we could. Yeah, exactly.
We could have got him.
Yeah.
We got.
Yeah,
That
he's
would've
dead.
been-
Well, he-
oh, is he?
Yeah, he
It
died.
still would have
He
been
died
better.
like 8 minutes after the show went off.
Yeah. but I mean, but they did that
Sorry.
stuff, which was. I mean, I was a kid. I'm at the thing. Fucking Bo Duke is there at that time when
maybe
fucking
I-
that show was like my
Stars
favorite
and
show.
bars and all that.
Yeah.
Oh,
You
those
know,
were the
so,
days, huh?
So I mean,
Yeah.
that was
The good
that was
old days.
fucking awesome. But I mean, they did, and then they had Marvin Hagler one year. They've had all these people throughout.
Why
the
was
years.
Marvin Hagler
But
here?
why
I was
not?
in the
He was
bathroom.
the champ at the time. That was at
Yeah.
the time.
And
He was,
What did he
you know,
get
the champ.
lost?
Yeah, well, no, they
Wandered
probably,
into town?
He had a fight in New York, I think.
Yeah, he probably was
That
local for a fight in Boston, or maybe who knows. at the time. I don't remember, you know what I mean, back then. But they
Has-
probably just asked him to. Did you come?
It's got. I mean,
You know?
how much does the Grand Marshal actually have to do with putting everything together? I mean,
lot.
actually, it's
A
got the
lot.
last say.
And then
but you got these fucking. We got to get
the worst.
somebody good.
The
in
worst.
there, you know what I
The
mean?
worst part is now the Grand Marshals are more worried about. They have other things to worry about. Do you know that for that whole week before the parade, they have parties at their house every night.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I mean,
they're
you're
entertaining everyone.
To
From
be the
all over
Grand
the
Marshal
world.
probably cost you about 15, 20 grand.
Hell yeah, just for that fucking week.
Be the Grand Marshal?
Yeah.
And just because of the amount of events that you have to hold yourself.
You
know
got
what I
people
mean?
at your house 24/7
24/7 the week
that
before.
week, dude. Oh yeah.
It's constant spreads of food, drink,
Interviews, this,
interviews.
that.
It's insane. It's stupid.
Did you get that Buffett cover band?
Yeah.
Inquiring minds want to know.
Yeah, but that's what I mean. But I think if they spent more time saying fuck those other events, some of those other events, well, if you're gonna have the
That's the thing.
concert series downtown, just put out. If you're just gonna have regular bands, I know a lot of local bands that are really good that would say, yeah, I'll do it.
Hell yeah, man.
You don't have to
Why,
pay us.
like Brad said, why not
You know?
promote those bands
Yeah.
and
Some
put
of
them on
these bands
stage?
would probably.
Some of them were
We
local,
joke
too.
about the '80s bands; they probably wouldn't do it because they're a bunch of dicks with inflated senses of self-importance.
Yeah, yeah.
But I think a lot of bands that were big in the '90s, maybe not A-listers. We're not talking
No,
Pearl Jam or anything
no,
like
no,
that.
no.
But I can think of like 10 bands right now. They'd be like, "Look, would you want to get in front of 10,000 people tonight?"
New Kids.
Yeah.
Okay, and you know what? No, they wouldn't do it.
Candlebox.
A band like Candlebox. What was that shit band they had once? Vertical Horizon.
Yeah.
Or bands like that, they would be like, look,
Slade.
Slade.
Those guys were in the
Slade.
fucking
Early
60s.
70s.
They were around for the 80s too, man.
But the point is, I think you get a band that hasn't played in front of a big crowd in a while, and you say, look, you can sell your merchandise, and
Yeah.
you can sell your music, and you can remind people that you're still around. All you have to do is play for free.
Yeah.
That doesn't take that much.
Dude,
there are a
yeah,
lot
yeah.
of bands that would love that promo.
Dude,
lot
that
of
would,
bands.
not just bands, but imagine the people would fucking love that, man. I mean,
Also, why
fucking.
not
That
comedy?
park would be.
Why not
no
do
shit.
stand-up
Why
night?
not a fucking
Yeah.
stand-up
Why not get three
stage?
comedians that were in the area
That'll
that
play clean, you know what I mean? Because
Well,
you got
that-
families.
Well, they
and
got
stuff.
families. But you play
You know?
clean. But you do 10,000 people laughing at your jokes.
Yeah.
No shit.
Why wouldn't they consider that?
Yep.
No,
I don't
let's
know.
have another
Some-
marching band.
Sounds like a
Yeah.
project for you to work on for next year,
Yeah.
Brad.
I give less than a shit about this parade. So no.
No, not for the fucking parade.
But
You
anyway.
get up on stage.
So
man.
then,
come on.
so then
dude.
that piece
would
of
be a
shit
good
ended,
idea, actually.
right? So it was over, and
God bless America. Thank you for your service.
right? And then the true festivities begun. The going to your friend's house, going to your family's for the cookouts.
Yep.
You know what I mean? And,
Asking everyone how the parade was because you haven't been
yeah,
in
because you
fucking
haven't
20
been in
years.
something. Yeah, but
Everybody's got a different answer. It sucked. It was great. Had a great
Yeah.
time. I fucking had a terrible time.
Yeah.
that's why I don't go anymore.
exactly. But
don't give a
we
fuck.
went and we all went to Ron's house.
Yeah.
Reluctant
Which-
Ron.
Reluctant Ron.
It wasn't
Yep.
so reluctant
My
on the
brother-in-law.
fourth.
Oh.
Yep.
I gotta say, I love the fact that we're complaining about the parade being boring. Meanwhile, we spent roughly 18 consecutive hours standing in backyards sweating and drinking.
Right? Yeah, exactly.
Well, you can't drink anymore on the parade route, so
I
hey.
had ladder ball.
Did anybody even play?
Yeah,
Ladder
people
ball?
were playing it. Oh, the fucking thing melted.
Did it?
It fucking melted.
Well, what the hell? I looked at it. The new ones coming
Yeah.
out black now.
yeah. Fucking thing melted.
That's fucking ridiculous.
Global warming is fake.
yeah.
Craig's
The hell?
ladder ball set melted.
You know what else is
Melted
fake?
in
by
my
virtue
yard.
of sitting on grass.
It fucking curled up and melted like somebody put a torch to it. It's fucking wrecked. It's ruined.
From what he's describing, they look like jester shoes.
Yeah, they do. It's fucking hilarious.
Oh, by the way, did you get all those salutes out of your pool?
most of them.
All right.
Yeah. Well, at least it
I
wasn't.
kept lighting them and throwing up and throwing up.
I know.
and
I got
expecting to
hit
go
with
off and they
fucking
just.
At least
shrapnel,
it
you
wasn't
idiot.
fucking taco meat like last year.
Yeah, that's right. Everybody was eating.
Fucking 2 weeks to clean my pool
We had a
after that
platter
party.
of tacos. Everybody was eating tacos in the pool.
Yeah, of all places, fucking tacos in the pool. It's just, I get up in the morning, I'm like, what the fuck is
Next day, there's taco
hamburger and
meat
taco
everywhere.
shells and little pieces of tomatoes all over my pool. Like,
There's always. We should do some. There's always something.
No, we
new.
shouldn't do anything
No,
like
I'm
that.
saying.
I don't know. What you described was way more entertaining than the fucking parade.
Yeah.
Oh, way more.
So we went to Ron's,
Yeah.
and we sweat.
It was hot as a son of a bitch.
Sweat. Ah!
I'm normally very conscious of sweating through my clothes.
Yeah.
This is the only party I've ever been to where I'm like, oh, I'm not the only one.
No,
Thank
everyone
Christ.
was
Everybody
soaked.
was fucking just
So-
I
drenched.
was,
It was
afraid to
ridiculous.
sit down for the entire afternoon.
Yeah.
Thank God for my son, because he decided to hook up with your wife.
Love that
Let
guy.
me rephrase that. He decided to match minds with your wife, and they both sat by the faucet and filling up water balloons.
Yep.
Not regular water balloons, actual big ass balloons. These
Yeah.
things are like friggin' pumpkins.
Yeah.
They were giant.
And they wouldn't break. So everybody got a concussion
Oh,
and
I'm
then
surprised-
cooled off.
I'm surprised I didn't get a Craig neck thing there the next day. Like,
Oh, yeah.
You mean that thing coming off of it?
no. Come on, not that bad.
The balloons are about that big.
No, don't. I don't think they got that big.
Let's not exaggerate.
But I tell you what, that cold ass water felt fucking.
That's
good,
the
man.
first time that you go to a party where there's like adults sitting around having a conversation, and a little 5-year-old kid just runs up and busts a water balloon
they
all
just
over
keep
everybody
talking.
and all their stuff, and everybody's like, "Oh, thank you, sweetie."
Yeah, and then just keep talking.
I watched my son ruin so many cell phones.
Yeah, exactly.
It was amazing.
Yeah.
And everybody's like, oh, you're the best.
Yeah,
Nobody was
nobody
pissed.
cared.
I know, it was great. It was
It was
freaking
just
brutal,
way
man.
too hot.
And his house is like what, 3 houses away from the friggin' shore.
Yeah,
But there's so many trees around there.
he's
so
like
it
in
just
he's like in
beats.
this.
He's in a
fucking
valley.
dent.
Yeah.
He's
It's
in a
like
weird valley.
He's been laying in the backyard for way too long. There's a fucking dent back there, and
Yeah.
it's just fucking soaking in rays.
Mike fell once a few years ago back
I
there.
did. I actually did.
I'm
That
starting
big
to notice
rock.
a trend here, man.
Yeah.
And I fall.
Oh boy.
Fall. No, I don't. I
But,
usually don't fall. I don't get it.
No, it was,
don't know what
that was a
happened.
rare occurrence, but it was
Telling you,
incredible.
those fucking man feet.
So we had a good
But-
day. We hung out and drank. Then I went home and I drank some more, and we hung out in my own yard.
Yep.
But all in
I
all,
walked home from Ron's house at
You did
1:30.
walk? He didn't give you a fucking ride.
No, he was
Yeah.
cocked. I didn't
Dick.
want. He offered me a ride. I was like, no.
You didn't take your bike
I don't
back.
want to fucking ride me.
You didn't
That
take your
thing's a
bike back
piece
with
of
all the
shit.
flats and fucking
I was-
rusted chain
I was-
and shit. No,
he
you
left
didn't
that
want
bike
that.
just rotting in the yard. I'm
That
not going
thing's
to
been
ride that
sitting
thing
there
either.
ever since he fucking borrowed it from you 3 years ago.
Yeah, 3 years ago, borrowed my bike. Never seen the fucking
that was
thing
the
again.
debut episode.
Yeah.
We talked about this.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that would have been a good opportunity for you to get your bike back.
Yeah. I don't want it back now.
All right,
didn't
so
want
I
it
think
back
we
when
can
he
all
took it.
agree that July 5th was the greatest day ever.
It was.
Yeah.
And
was
so
great.
we can end the fucking Bristol, Warren, Rhode Island tradition.
Yeah, fuck that.
There's
Yep.
another tradition I think we need to break with this holiday. Can we all agree
What's
that Joey Chestnut and this whole Nathan's hot dog thing
Fuck that guy.
needs to come to a fucking end?
Fuck him and the other fucking gross people that are doing it too.
Well, I love hot dogs, dude.
70 fucking 4 of them in one
Depends what
fucking
day it
10
is.
minutes.
10 minutes. All right. No,
Okay,
that's a
now the
little
human
tough.
stomach, and I'm doing visuals here on a radio show, shows you how talented I am.
Yeah.
Okay, but a human stomach's about the size of a good potato, right? How do you get 74 hot dogs and buns in there? I don't care how much water
Practice.
you douse them in.
Yeah.
Practice. He does it. He eats freaking hot
Is he
dogs every
shitting his
other day.
pants while he's doing it? Is
I
he
don't
just, it's just like a continuous motion thing?
Yeah.
How many hot dogs was that?
74. Broke his own
74.
fucking record.
Holy
Yep.
crap.
I want to know what happened, though. The contest goes on at Coney Island every year. People fucking love it. Okay,
Yeah.
how is Nathan's Hot Dog somehow a co-sponsor with ESPN?
Right? Yeah. Exactly.
It's fucking. I mean, ESPN. How can you attach like a sports fucking network?
Because it's
Attach
competitive,
yourself-
period.
Yeah, anything.
Yeah.
I guess. Yeah, anything competitive.
I watch
guess.
cornhole championships on there.
Well, I do too, but that's fucking actually pretty fucking fun to watch. I'm not gonna sit there and watch guys fucking suck on fucking.
I've watched
74 hot
cornhole
dogs.
championships on Pornhub.
I'm talking
No,
about
but
some
on those
fun.
videos, everybody wins.
Yeah.
And I think one girl ate 74 an hour in 10 minutes.
What did she get for her trouble? $100 and mascara?
Yeah.
Pay a couple paper towels.
Some Visine?
Oh shit!
I don't get it though. Like, what's the attraction to that? And what happened to that little Japanese guy that won all those years in a row?
Yeah, what happened?
He got
man?
caught
He was
doping, I guess. I don't know.
His hot dogs were undersized. He was fucking just jamming those fucking things.
Fuck that. It's so fucking stupid. And the fact he walks around with the fucking championship belt.
You know what pisses
and
me off is the
fucking all this
motherfuckers
press.
is one of the skinniest people on the fucking planet too.
Yeah.
I mean, you expect 74 hot dogs from a fucking guy like me, but not a fucking motherfucking guy like that.
It's insane.
I couldn't imagine you doing it. All that lifting would knock you out. They changed the buns this year.
I would definitely be doing it in a fucking barbershop chair. Just
in a barbershop chair.
No. Halfway through, you went to potato rolls. That was my downfall.
I say they should up it next year and fucking shoot him at his face with that fucking hot dog gun they were using in Philly a few weeks ago.
Shit. You want to make a sport out of this, make a sport out of it. How about you catch 74 hot dogs? And then we'll talk about it. Then Nathan's is all over this, and you get Under Armour involved. This could have been good.
Right?
No, I'm just watching a bunch of people eat. Meanwhile, in Coney Island, which is historically one of the poorer neighborhoods in Brooklyn.
Yeah.
And that's saying a lot.
Well,
Okay,
the Warriors are from there.
You want to fucking look? I know it's stupid, right? Fucking having these fucking hot dog eating contests. You want to fucking stop it? Start having them in like Ethiopia and shit. They will fucking feel so bad for themselves that they will just quit.
Or maybe, just maybe, Nathan says, you know what? Every 4th of July, we're going to give out 1,000 hot dogs to people in the neighborhood.
There we go.
Who probably can't afford to walk to the boardwalk because Nathan's hot dog is now $2.75, so it's not even that cheap for a fucking hot dog anymore. Okay, you go to Nathan's, it used to be $1.
Yeah.
And you go there, but now you got a family of 5, 7 people. You want to feed them. Okay, instead of shoving them down Joey Chestnut's throat for a belt that doesn't mean anything other than you are the face of disgusting America.
Yeah.
Okay, the America that the world hates.
That's it.
That's it.
That's the face of
That's
it.
it. Because we're comparing on the 4th of July. We do this.
Yeah.
We don't do this on Labor Day. We do this on our Independence Day, and we're saying, yeah, fuck you, world. We're independent. We're gonna shove 1 billion fucking lips and assholes down our fucking throat.
Yeah.
Okay, and then all the rest of it, we're gonna throw that out.
Just gonna throw them away after.
How about Nathan's makes 10,000 hot dogs and gives them out to Brooklyn?
Well, let's get in touch with
Okay, and then they
Nathan's,
go
man.
to a different city every year. Maybe a city with people with families and kids who haven't had a Nathan's hot dog.
That's a damn good idea.
Why don't you
Call it the
fucking do that?
neighborhood.
And maybe ESPN doesn't cover it, but maybe CNN will.
Yeah.
Make it a neighborhood contest. All over, that'd be fun. That's
just
a
not
fucking
even
great
making
idea.
a contest, making a fucking
Chow down.
show, a fate of this community that we've been a part of
Yeah,
for how
you gotta
fucking
have-
long?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it started there.
You know what I mean?
It started on Coney Island.
Yeah.
Start there, but then maybe you go to Boston,
But yeah.
and you go to Cleveland.
There's
you come to
a
Mike's
block
house.
away. There's a guy eating out.
Show you how it's
there's a
done.
guy eating out of a fucking garbage can a block away while the contest is going on. You know what I
They
mean?
threw out more food that day, or that guy tried to swallow and puked up more food than that guy will see all week.
Yeah.
Okay, and they're going to shove it in their faces by putting TV cameras in front of
Yeah.
it. I don't like to get serious on this show. I like
that's
laughing at
bullshit,
shit.
man.
That's a bunch of
It's-
shit.
it's a bunch
Joey
of shit.
Chestnut is not a champion of anything other than gluttony. I don't care if he's vegan the rest of the fucking year.
Yeah.
He trained
Fuck him.
all month eating hot dogs
That
to
is
stretch
so
out
fucking-
that fucking stomach.
Yeah,
of his.
that is so true. And you know what? We talked about this topic, and we never even fucking talked about that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's really what it comes
No,
down
it's the
to.
truth. Fuck him. I hope his fucking asshole
It's just
explodes.
it's just another.
Oh, you know
fucking-
we did. You know it wasn't a pleasant championship celebration. For him.
Oh, fuck him.
He probably just goes in the bathroom and fucking pukes them all up anyway.
No, they
Fucking
watch
mix it
them.
up.
That's actually part of the competition.
can't-
You
yeah.
can't boot it up right
I mean,
after.
after the
Yeah.
competition.
No. They watch it for like an hour.
Oh, really?
Yeah, you can't boot it up.
Oh, you
you
gotta
have
be-
to digest this,
Oh,
otherwise
you're-
you get your belt
The rest of
revoked.
your fucking
I don't know
body's
what
gotta
was
be
going
in
on. There was that little Japanese guy that he was dipping them in water. He was the one that came up with
Soaking
that.
the
too.
buns, yeah.
Splitting it in half, soaking the buns in 2 glasses of water in front of him, and they would go down like
Yeah.
one of your gay porn heroes.
Yeah.
And but then he
Point
just
I made, by the way.
disappeared. He just disappeared. I don't know where he went.
What do you think was in the hot dogs the next year?
Yeah, that's it. That's
Yeah.
it. The sushi dogs.
Fucking. He was like, maybe he finally realized they weren't actually dogs. So he hasn't shown up.
Unagi. And our
Unami.
second toast of the night. Unami. To the best line of the week.
Yes, definitely. Unami, you know those are not the real dogs.
Yeah.
Not Chihuahua.
Oh shit.
Fucked up.
All right, so Nathan's Hot Dogs, even though that disgusting contest, they do actually. I looked it up while we were talking about it.
Making me look like an asshole.
Yeah. Well, no, it's
Me
a
too.
fucking disgusting event, and I would rather them not hold it and just give out those 74 hot dogs on top of the ones that they're giving out. But they donated 100,000 hot dogs every year. They do it.
Yeah, that's cool.
You know, they do a charitable
Well,
event.
good for them. Good on
you know,
them.
and the event's free for for families to go and stuff like
Oh,
that.
it is
So,
free.
Yeah,
I
it's
was
a free
wondering
event.
that.
So, you know what? So that's not. I mean, so they're doing something for the community.
Yeah, that's
they
cool.
are.
I still
You
wish
know,
they wouldn't
but
promote
still.
such gluttony.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's
Yeah.
the gluttony.
I mean, don't get me wrong. We like to eat.
Yeah.
And I will admit I've been involved in one or two food challenges at a restaurant just to try to pay for the
Challenge
bill at
is
my
different.
table.
Yeah.
Okay, but putting it on broadcast television where children might actually see that this is how you eat a hot dog.
Yeah, yeah.
Breaking it in half, dipping it in water, and shoving it
It's a
into
good
your
thing.
gullet.
It's a good thing most children in Africa don't get ESPN. Let's
Yeah.
put it that way. You know what I mean?
Standing there
terrible.
with their fucking New England Patriots championship T-shirts, staring at the fucking TV, fucking flies in their lips.
All those
Fucking
4X
lies in there.
Roethlisberger jerseys.
Yeah, all fucking mad. You know what the fuck? No, that's why it's like you said before. This is what the rest of the world looks at as like we're fucking
Yeah,
assholes
exactly.
about.
And I got to say this:
And
a couple episodes
lips
ago,
and
we
assholes.
apologized for all the swearing. Tonight, I think it warrants it.
Oh,
Between
it
the
did.
parade and all these other bullshit traditions,
Angry.
angry, and you know what? There's no better word to describe it than fucking stupid.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't care how uneducated we sound tonight, man. I am
shit.
not worried about that shit.
We're
tonight.
talking about Joey Chestnuts
as a champion.
as a champion. Yeah. Plus, later I'll look up Joey Chestnuts as a fucking neurosurgeon at fucking Beth Israel. He flies in every year to fucking.
He's a gastrosurgeon
Yeah.
that's learned how to use his stomach.
His actual name is Joseph Chestnutman.
No, but
the
you know what? Good on you, Nathans, for doing that. But you know what? I still think it's gross.
More hot dogs. More hot dogs.
You know, more hot dogs.
Cut the shit. More
Yep.
charity, less fucking gluttony.
We
Yeah.
need more
Yep.
hot dogs.
Exactly.
Yeah, the 4th of July is cool and all, guys, but what the fuck? Enough already. There had to be other things going on in the fucking world besides that.
Maybe.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. A couple weeks ago, we talked about Morgan Freeman, and we showed we actually did deliver on the Facebook promise, and we delivered the most 70s looking video of all time, which was Morgan Freeman in a brown polyester pantsuit. Absolutely.
Macking on some chick.
Macking on some chick on a children's show on the Children's Television Network.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, shoving his barely encased dick right in this librarian's face. And I said, this might be the most 70s thing I've ever seen because they went to a song and dance about it.
Yeah.
Today they just sue. Back then they danced.
Yep.
And it was all good. And then they had sex behind the scenes. No, it turns out Morgan Freeman is considered a filthy bastard by almost everybody in Hollywood, except one. And that one person is probably not somebody he was looking into his Rolodex and saying, I really hope she supports me.
Yeah.
Out of nowhere, Suzanne Summers,
Yes.
Nice.
Chrissy Snow
Chrissy Snow.
from Three's Company, Queen of the Thigh Master,
Yep.
and somebody who takes, I shit you not, 38 supplements a day, according to her
38.
website.
Holy
She
shit.
takes 38 pills a day of just vitamins. Suzanne Summers
Jesus
came out of
Christ.
nowhere and said, you know what? He's kind of flirty.
Yeah.
Morgan Freeman is kind of, he's kind of flirty. And then the quote was actually, I'm sorry.
It's kind of flirty.
She goes, I hope the dance doesn't stop. It's seduction. It's flirting. All those things are really fun. So I hope there's a way we can find a nice medium.
A nice
Oh my
medium.
God. Come on, knocking my door,
He's like-
blonde motherfucking bitch. Take
All
a
right,
step that is
There's
new.
so many things wrong with this statement. Let's start with the obvious. when was Suzanne Summers ever on a set with Morgan fucking Freeman?
Right? Yeah.
When was the girl who left Three's Company after 2.2 seasons,
Right?
okay, on the same set as Oscar winner
Morgan Freeman.
Morgan
yeah.
Freeman?
'Cause what has she been in aside from Thigh Master commercials
The commercials.
since then?
Trouble. I think she's been in trouble.
Yeah, exactly.
Denial.
38
Oh,
of those
that's what she's
pills,
been in.
38 of those supplements, 8 of them are vitamins. The other 30 are Quaaludes.
All given to her by Morgan Freeman.
Yeah. That's why she thinks it's fun. She's built up a tolerance.
You know he's going over to her house like, nobody's going to believe you if you talk, bitch. He's got his hand on the back of her head.
Yeah.
Come on, Chrissy.
Don't you be telling Joyce DeWitt about this.
I gotta go see her tomorrow.
Oh, shit.
Jack Tripper started talking. Look what happened to him.
Right? But really, yeah, like, okay, now everyone is going to change their minds because Chrissy from fucking Three's Company
Oh, I'm
said
in.
so.
I'm in. I'm totally.
You know, like, okay, oh, you know what? Everything's fine. Never mind.
I wish it was Terry.
Right?
I would have
She was
believed.
a smart one.
I would have. She was the smart one. She looked like Janice from the fucking Muppet Show band. She had that-
my God.
She did. Holy shit. Yeah, she did. Holy crap.
Those were a set of
eyes.
DSLs, and she was a nurse on top of it. She fulfilled so many fucking wank fantasies.
Yeah.
In one shot on a half hour of family-friendly ABC television.
Yep.
Everybody spanked it to Terry, and then there was that fucking. What was it? That Kevin Smith
Cindy.
movie.
Oh no.
She was in that Kevin Smith movie, and she had like the third nipple or something like that.
Oh, yeah. That's right. Yep.
Yeah, Priscilla Barnes, I think was her
Priscilla
name.
Barnes.
If
Yep.
Priscilla Barnes said, "Yeah, you know what? I sucked Morgan Freeman," I'd almost believe it.
Yeah.
But Thigh Master, I'm not buying it.
Nah, I don't buy it.
Not buying it. Definitely not Cindy, that intermediary twat.
Yeah, the one in the middle there.
The
yeah.
dumb one, the dumber one.
Yeah. Actually, I think Chrissy was dumber than she was.
The other one, yeah, she was more klutzy. Was her?
Well, wasn't she the
was
son of a
klutz.
minister?
Yes, she was.
Yeah,
the son
but
of,
she was-
Oh, Chrissy was.
She was
right?
Chrissy's cousin.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
Chrissy's dad was the minister.
Oh God, no! Morgan Freeman laid pipe all over the Three's Company set. Oh yeah. You know it.
It was right next door to the fucking electric company stage.
You know, Mrs. Roper was all over that shit.
Right, when they would take those animation breaks with that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Morgan was over there banging everybody up.
Yeah, absolutely. Hey, you guys!
Him and the dude that played Spider-Man. Fucking,
Yeah.
they're both just sitting there fucking doing
That
that.
was the best.
Mr. Roper's like, that dude's definitely not gay.
And he looked right at the camera.
Yeah.
Smirked a little bit.
Breaking the fourth wall. Yeah.
Oh, shit. What the fuck?
Oh gosh, what else is going on? Are there any other news about weird black people? As a matter of fact, there is.
As a matter of fact, there is.
It's a good thing we write outlines. Rachel Dolezal, white woman who posed as a black woman. She was booked on welfare fraud charges.
Yep.
And my only statement is, if you're going to pretend to be a different race, you need to go all in. Apparently, this fucking method actor is accused of.
She's such a scumbag.
She's accused of
Unbelievable.
stealing more than $8,000 in food and child care assistance.
That's fucking terrible, man. You know, I always thought that she pulled this fucking shit off. You know, to fucking feel for African Americans in their strife and everything.
I
That
think
they've
that
been
was
through.
the point initially.
That's what I
Yeah.
thought. That's what we all
Initially, yeah.
thought the point was. But
I think
all it
she's
was
just
was
got
to game the system.
psychological problems.
She had
She's
got
got
She's-
identity
she-
issues.
She's
for
got
sure.
identity issues. No, but she's been pulling this shit off. She's been doing this for a while
For a
now.
long time, years.
And blatantly caught. Like
She lost
blatantly
all of
called
her
out.
jobs because she lied
All
about
of
her
her
identity.
jobs.
Well, I'll never
Yeah.
forget that. I saw an interview, a quick snippet of an interview, and the guy asked her, "Are you African American?" What did she say to him? "I don't understand the question." And
Yeah.
that's all she kept saying.
I don't understand the. What do you mean? Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I mean,
Then you see your parents. whitest fucking people on the planet.
I know they're like redheaded.
Yeah, I feel
freckled-
terrible for them too because they're thrown in this and they're like, we don't know why she would do this.
I mean, even if there was a trace of African American in her and she wanted to identify with, I'm not opposed to that. I mean, I think that's fine.
Yeah.
Whatever part of your culture you identify with. But she actually legally changed her name to Nkechi Diallo.
Yeah.
Okay, and so basically this fraud for $8,000 in food and child care assistance, if she had claimed it as a white woman, she'd probably be looking at 5 years probation.
What was the name again?
It's Nkechi Diallo, and she's now added 25 years to her potential sentence.
Was she going for African American or Klingon with that name? I don't know.
It sounds like the African name, like if you only all of your African studies extends to Black Panther.
Right. Yeah.
Like that's it. If you feel like you're more culturally aware from watching a Marvel hero, then
She starts making sure I'm from Wakanda.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, but yeah,
It's ridiculous.
I
Man.
was just west of the spaceship port.
yeah.
She was also fired from her job recently, teaching African studies at Eastern Washington University. Okay,
That's terrible.
Rachel Dolezal. This was 4 years ago that she got proven to be not black.
Yeah.
Okay, why is Eastern Washington University still employing her up until just now?
Just now, yeah.
I want to know what the hell's going on. I know you're blacker than she is, so maybe you're qualified to speak to that.
I mean, I joke about this stuff, but that's just that's insane. Granted, you don't have to be black to study a subject and be able to teach
right.
it.
Agree.
Agree. You know what I mean? But
But I feel like she
if
was in a
you're
precarious
claiming it-
position.
Yeah, if you're claiming it and trying to teach it, what the fuck?
Well, I mean, I guess it wouldn't be if she was technically doing a good job, then you can't fire her.
yeah.
But there's also an identity issue here, and she was kind of making a mockery of the whole, the race thing and the race
definitely,
identity.
man.
And maybe she did. Maybe she does. You know what? Maybe I'm being a little harsh on her. Maybe she genuinely does identify as an African American,
Yep.
but she's done nothing to support her beliefs other than going to the media.
Right.
Instead of actually living a quality of life. Now she's out there, and apparently she's just blown all her money. She had some book deals, if you remember correctly. She had a bunch of media deals. Where'd all that money go? Why is that not going towards food and your children? Now all of a sudden you owe $8,000 in back food and child assistance from claims you shouldn't have been making.
Yep.
So now you've just become a mockery of whatever it is you were trying to support.
Exactly. It's just a blow to everyone you were trying to help in the first place. Because I really think that she didn't go out to fucking game the system. It obviously started as a fucking to help African Americans out, and it just little by little.
Well, there's a word I use a lot on here when I'm criticizing people, and I think it applies here. She wanted to come across like she was more aware. I say that a lot.
Woke, right.
Yeah. You listen back to the archives. I say it. You're more aware because you were the first one to report on somebody's death. You were more aware because you talk about your political memes. I think Rachel Dolezal / Nkechi Diallo really feels like she's more aware because she's identifying with a percentage of her culture.
You're right.
Yeah,
you say
yeah.
it a lot because, I mean, more and more in all these headlines, you see more and more people trying to say that they're freaking aware. You know what I mean?
And you know
It's
what?
just-
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, go ahead.
I was going to say, I think if she had just stayed out of the spotlight and lived
Collected
a good
her
life.
$8,000.
Well, not even that. She wasn't collecting $8,000. She was,
Yeah.
but I mean, she was teaching African studies at Eastern Washington University. If she had continued to do so without getting headlines, and then 10 years from now, somebody said, "Hey, whatever happened to that Rachel Dolezal?" She continues to successfully teach African studies at Eastern Washington University, and hundreds of kids are thrilled with her teaching.
So you think
then everything that she did badly in the past is erased.
Is erased. Yeah.
Okay, and we can look
Exactly.
back at her and say, yeah, you know what? We were wrong about her.
Yeah.
So you think her wanting her 15 minutes of fame is what was actually her downfall?
I think she wanted to get famous. Yeah, I agree. I don't think she wanted to get rich. I think she wanted to get famous. There was no path to riches.
She wanted to
Not
be
what she
part
was
of the look at me, I'm
the aware.
no, it's not even that. I think she was trying
It's a
to
woke movement. Yeah.
taking advantage of a culture that has been repressed for a long time and wanting to feel that. Maybe psychologically through her teachings, she's identified like, yeah, this is right, this isn't right, and you know what I mean, and went into this thing.
That's also
where she wanted
also
to be,
shows like signs
What?
of psychological fucking problems in
Well,
the brain.
I
yeah,
think
that's
that's
what
where
I'm
we
saying.
got. I think that's where we landed
and I
on
think
this.
she's
That's where it lands
identified
on.
with it and went with it and said, you know what, I want to be a face of this movement. You know what I mean? And not the face of it, but
White face.
I want to come out and claim something for myself to validate my thoughts that I'm this person.
Yeah.
Validate all
You
these
know what I
bills
mean?
from getting perms, fucking all these months of
Yeah,
my
right.
life.
Yeah,
Apparently, her hair was just that curly.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know much about it. I mean, she doesn't look 100% Caucasian.
No, she
I'll
doesn't.
say
she
that.
doesn't.
She definitely
doesn't.
looks like there's some African American in her. Her parents don't.
No,
Yeah,
her
like-
parents were actually.
I bet you on Friday nights there's a bunch of African American in her.
Oh, you know that.
I think that's what her mother had too.
Yeah, no,
I think Daddy worked late on Friday.
maybe, yeah.
No, it
it's-
makes sense
and
now.
That's the truth.
But anyway, so can we move on to celebrities that matter?
We can.
I want to raise a glass. We've done a lot of death and whatever the last couple weeks, but we finally got a celebrity that warrants our attention.
I need to get a drink for this.
Please do.
because
Please do.
need-
I'll
this-
hold.
This needs a toast.
I'll hold. Let me just kind of set the table. It's very sad. This star had aggressive cancer.
Yes.
No doctors could really get a hold of it. In fact, some would say they couldn't domesticate it.
Yep.
It started with the overabundance of fiber, natural fiber, I should say.
Yeah.
So it clearly wasn't ass cancer
No.
or anything like that. But it's just a sad day. I'd like to raise a glass, if we could, to Duke, the dog from the Bush's Baked Beans commercials.
Duke.
It was terrible. I was saddened by it when I saw it.
Well, anytime a dog dies and people don't, it's a bad day.
It's a
in the
bad
world.
day. Yeah, exactly. At least want somebody attached to the collar. You know, you know.
I feel like we've all grown to love that dog and hate his owner all at once.
Right?
doubt.
Like I have defiantly not bought Bush's Baked Beans
Because of the
just
guy.
because of the father.
Yeah.
But every now and then I'll look at those cans in the aisle at Stop and Shop and be like, but the dog.
But the
Yeah.
yeah.
I like
Now
the
that the
dog.
fucking
Beans.
brains of the
loves
operation is
beans.
going, now what are they going to do?
It was a fucking retriever, and they shoved peanut butter in his mouth like Mr. Ed to make him pretend to
him
talk.
Yeah.
And then, but he sat there and he mocked that stupid cracker that he
Yeah.
called his owner. And
Right.
I love the dog, even if he didn't know he was doing it.
I mean, I
I
feel
would-
bad. I feel bad for the owners. I mean, we lost off our first
Mascot. Yeah, we did.
to the same thing.
I'll raise
last
another
year.
glass to Bindi. To Bindi.
Bindi and
To
Bush
Bindi.
hanging out together eating beans.
Right?
Actually, no. She
But I
hated-
also
she
want to say, I
fucking
bet
hated
you
beans.
Morgan Freeman was wishing that Duke spoke up because he's still more popular than Suzanne Summers at this point.
No shit. I would love to see Duke out there with the red lipstick dick thigh master.
The modified beans, dude.
So that was a sad note. Like last week it was Vinnie Paul from Pantera. This week it's Duke from
Yeah.
Bush's Baked Beans. Who dies next week?
Needless to say, we will not be doing an episode with
We'd like
Mike
to raise a
next week.
glass to the grapes from the Fruit of the Loom underwear commercial.
Oh, shit. Well, aren't they the California raisins now? I guess this guy's getting a little old.
I always hated the grapes because they had the leaves around his neck.
Yep.
Who gets a bunch of grapes with leaves on them? Shop at a reputable supermarket. And while you're at it, get better underwear.
With crushed jade.
Yes.
Oh, yeah. Crystallized. Sorry, crystallized jade.
I'm not shocked you got that name wrong either. You should go home and check your marriage certificate. Make sure you're actually married. So what else is going on in the world? We're starting to wrap this thing up. The 4th of July dominated this week.
It did.
As well, it's dominated by month, so at least I contained my rage the 2 weeks.
Yep. We did, which is good because before
We had to skip a week to do it. Though.
Yeah, we did. Yeah, we did. Yep.
There's a lot of rage in there.
But it was funny this week though. There was one thing that kept popping up, and I was like, I need to talk about this, and really not going to talk about it because it's not something that we would normally talk about. But
It depends.
the headlines just kept getting me, and I was dying. I'm on my couch just fucking crying, and I show my wife, and my wife's like, I married a 10-year-old. and I'm like, but look, there's another one.
At least your wife talks to you.
and-
My wife just like, whatever.
And I'm like, but look, there's another article. That was the
With
thing
this.
is when I saw that another company had written an article about it, and their headline was just as ridiculous, and it had me in tears, and I had started sending them to you, and it stated that apparently at some time something huge had smashed into Uranus.
About 8 minutes ago, we had a very mature conversation about African American identity.
No.
Yet I couldn't be happier about these headlines.
And then the other article was large object plows into Uranus. I lost my fucking mind.
I particularly like that one for
Yeah.
some throwback reasons.
Yeah,
of
for
the
throwback
show.
reasons,
Yes.
exactly. So I had sent them to you guys, fucking in tears,
Fucking funny
just
shit,
sending
dude.
you the headline, and you were like, "You want me to put this in the outline?" And I was like, "No, I'm just sending it to you. Look at this. This is ridiculous." But then,
But I'm a bit of an overachiever.
yes,
And so I said, you know what? We can't be the only ones doing this. How many actual reputable news outlets, reputable places? I'm not talking like, Joe Schmo News or whatever. I'm talking like CNN. But I found a few of my own. And I also realized we haven't done a roundup in about a month.
yep.
Long time.
So let's do a roundup.
Let's do it.
So I did some homework. The best headlines about Uranus.
Yeah.
And my first one is Uranus might be full of surprises. Actual headline.
Right. And I found one. Uranus is the fourth largest thing in the solar system.
15,759 miles. The circumference of Uranus.
I like the math there. That was a
That
nice
was good.
touch. I had NASA wants to probe deeper. to Uranus.
Scientists have been studying Uranus for years.
Explains why Mike doesn't leave the house. This might be my favorite one. I should have put this one at the end, but whatever. It's time to make like Neptune and dive deeper into Uranus.
Hey, did you guys know there are many rings around Uranus?
Yeah.
Oh, I know.
And I had this one was one of my favorites was there is extreme pressure deep within Uranus.
I'm feeling
It
it.
actually leads really well to my next one, which is the world will end when Uranus blows up.
And then so this one isn't actually a headline, but if you look up ice giant in the dictionary, there's a picture of Uranus.
So we're just making shit up now.
Yeah, well, no, I had to throw that one in there.
No, it's actually
it
in
was a
there.
fact.
All right,
I
but-
looked it up after I fucking read that. It's true.
and jerked off twice.
Jerked off to Uranus.
Yeah,
I said that Neptune one was my favorite. I lied.
yeah.
Okay, this might be the best because it actually ties into other jokes we make. There's a white dwarf circling Uranus.
Would you say there's a
Is it right near
midget?
Freddie Mercury?
there might.
Oh, let's back this shit up. Let's back this up,
We're
man.
not backing it up. That's what he said. No, I know what Mike was going for. He wants me to say instead of dwarf, it's a midget. Midget.
Yep. And then, but my favorite is the online ones are, here are some pictures of Uranus. Click next to begin.
Begin slideshow.
And then, should your science teacher spend more time on Uranus?
I wish mine did. She was wait a minute.
If my teacher's Rachel Dolezal.
Oh, shit.
That was fucking great.
I got
man.
one more, and this one was also pretty good. It was Uranus produces winds faster than 500 miles an hour.
After eating Bush's beans.
That's it.
Yeah, there you go.
That's it. And in the middle, another roundup is done.
Right.
Yes.
All right, guys. So I think it's about time we wrap it up and
That's
do a
what
little
my liver
housekeeping.
tells me.
Right? Yeah. Do a little housekeeping. I'm gonna touch on the network first.
Sure.
The Damaged Goods Network.
We didn't name drop them tonight. I'm proud of us.
We didn't.
We're not star fucking like we usually do.
No. But go to damagedgoodsinc.com. You can check out us, needless to say, and many other shows. We got Damaged Goods, the flagship show, Clay Time in the Basement, Beta Testing, Baked and Awake, and want to especially mention tonight, guys, Daddy Issues. Shade and Lily,
Great show.
great show, great girls. They're hilarious. Check them out. They're insightful.
They are.
If you want,
And I
if
know
you
what
want
you're
to know
thinking.
what women are thinking,
I know what you're thinking, though. Everybody thinks that the girls.
yeah, no,
Yeah, we're totally throwing some love at the girls. And we are.
yeah, right, yeah.
It's a great listen, though,
Well,
man.
well,
It's a
they're
great
fucking
show.
hot on two continents. How do you go wrong with
Yeah,
that?
Right? Yeah, exactly. Yeah. But a ton of great shows. Check it out. We tried this week. Last week, we were supposed to get in touch with Damaged Goods. We were going to do some stuff with those guys. We were going to collaborate. Sorry, I can't speak. We were going to collaborate on an episode. And
We were going to talk about stuttering.
yeah, yes, exactly. Yeah, and didn't work out. There was some issues and things that they weren't daddy issues, but we were gonna.
Actually, they were.
Actually, they were.
They were on my end.
on Brad's end.
All is good, though. Thanks for asking.
Yeah. But everything worked out. So and then tonight we started talking, and we connected with one of the guys from DG, and we were like, and he's like, "Oh, you guys are recording." And we're like, yeah, are you available? And I think he was baked and maybe not awake because he never got back to us. And I thought, maybe we would get it tonight, but we'll get it done.
Yeah,
these guys are great. So
Oh,
it'll be a lot of fun.
We're pushing like 60 days on the network now,
Yeah.
and we haven't gotten a hold of them yet.
yeah.
So we're pushing it. We're going to get on the phone.
We gotta get it done.
We're going to appear on their show. They're going to appear on ours. Everybody's going to join this one big happy kumbaya,
yes,
and it's going to be
exactly.
good. But let me throw another shout out to a guy who doesn't sing kumbaya.
Yep.
I would like to throw a big, fat, hairy, happy birthday, happy 50th birthday to a guy we mentioned on the show before, a friend of mine and a friend of our shows from Deceased, the band. Our friend King Fowley turns 50 today.
Happy birthday, King.
brother.
Damn.
And to make this shit even worse, tomorrow night he's going to be in the area. I don't mean my area. No, he's going to be playing up in New England, and I go to the show every year, but it coincided with my daughter's birthday. So my daughter wins out, King. I'm sorry.
More
You know
daddy
what?
issues.
You might be the king, but she's the queen, so she wins.
Although King, I did see him plotting and started to think how can
I get
work
out of
this out?
This is true. This is
Can
true.
I get out of my daughter's birthday?
But unless I turn into the worst dad ever, I won't be going to see Deceased tomorrow night. But it doesn't change the fact that this man is a death metal legend.
Yep.
He's a longtime friend, 20 plus years now. So they got a new album. Deceased, the band's got a new album coming out this fall called Ghostly White. But there's nothing released from that just yet, so we're not going to break any kind of embargoes. So we're going to go back 21 years to what
Nice.
many consider to be their breakthrough album, Fearless Undead Machines. We're going to be playing tonight The Silent Creature. It's 8 minutes and 40 seconds of absolute oral madness. So with that, I'm going to throw it over to Mike to give us a little more oral pleasure.
Well, so what did we learn this week, guys?
Not much.
Definitely not.
Learned a lot about Uranus.
We did. Even more than my doctor knows.
Yeah.
I don't know about you guys, but I've learned that the 4th of July seems to be losing ground in the fight over favorite holidays. Less fireworks around, less drunks roaming the streets, just generally less everything. I mean, I did literally hit the deck with the velocity of a humpback whale dropped from 50 stories.
True story.
Definitely a true story. So that was new, but overall, it was just, it seems like it's losing its luster. But I mean, don't get me wrong, I'm a patriot all the way, and I love my country. I don't know, I'm just getting old, maybe, I don't know. Or maybe it's just Brad's Ebenezer attitude rubbing off on me. I said rubbing off.
Dream on, motherfucker.
Craig?
Needless to say, we said it.
It has been established that persons who have recently died have been returning to life and committing acts of murder. Widespread investigation of reports from funeral homes, morgues, and hospitals has concluded that the unburied dead are coming back to life and seeking human victims. Dose of chemical